Alright guys, today's goal, 5.4, 5.5. The learner will understand how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide rational expressions. Multiply the expressions, simplify the results. Okay, so before you multiply, what you need to do, factor. Okay? So the first step, factoring. So I can factor out 2x from the top, and I'd have x minus 5. The bottom, what multiplies negative 25 adds to 0. Times x plus 3, 2x squared. Well, I can cancel out the 2's. I can cancel out the x minus 5's, and x will take care of one of those. So what am I left with? X plus 3 on top. If you need to, put it in parentheses there. X plus 5 on the bottom, and also x. Just leave it in factored form. Okay? So step 1 is factor. If you need to help, put this one over that. Okay, now x plus 5 factors. This is the difference of two perfect cubes, so you need to remember an equation. It's x minus 1, x squared plus x plus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1 over 1. Those cancel. I'm left with x plus 5, x minus 1. So there's multiplying. You factor. Step 2 is to cancel things from the top and bottom that are the same. And then step 3, write everything out in factored form. Okay? So division. The first thing to do, how do we divide by a fraction? You multiply by the reciprocal. So first step. First one stays the same. Multiply by the reciprocal. Now, second step for dividing after you do that goes right to now, it's just multiplication. So what do we do? Factor. See what multiplies to 8 and adds to negative 6? Negative 4, negative 2. Okay, so these x's cancel. The x minus 4's cancel. The x minus 2's cancel. What am I left with? 4 over 5. So let's see. First step, change it to multiplication by the reciprocal. Factor is the second step. Simplify things out. Write your final answer in factored form. So press pause. I'll help you a little, maybe. Right there. Press pause and try to do this one on your own. Remember, step 1 is to multiply by the reciprocal. Step 2, factor. Step 3, simplify. Step 4, write the answer in factored form. Okay, so hopefully you press pause. Remember, the first one stays the same. So what multiplies negative 10 and adds to positive 3? 5 and 2. So you have 2x plus 5, x minus 2. No, x minus 1 over 6x times 1 over, just factor out the x, cancel out the 2x plus 5s, that's it. So you have x minus 1 on top. Now this is the one time where you can write it like this, 6x squared. You don't have to do factored form there. Okay? So addition. Okay. I'll do a quick review of addition. What if we had to do this? One half plus 2/3. Well, you need to get a common denominator, so you go times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2, because it's 6. So you get 3 over 6 plus 4 over 6 is 7 over 6. Okay? So common denominator. So guess what we have to do first? Factor. Same step. Division, you have to do reciprocal and then factor, but you still have to factor. What multiplies to negative 12 and has negative 1? Negative 4, positive 3, plus, factor out the 12. Okay, so this is what you do. Is this missing anything from this denominator? Is the first denominator missing anything from the second? Yes, it's missing the 12. They have the x minus 4, but it doesn't have the 12. So that means I have to multiply this top and bottom by 12. Then you go, what's the second one missing from the first? They have the 12, they have the x minus 4, but this one here does not have the x plus 3. So that means you got to go x plus 3, x plus 3. So I have 12x plus 5x plus 15 over. Now look, see how this denominator and this denominator are the same? That means you can combine them. So you have 12 x plus 4, x plus 3. Combine like terms on the top now, so 12x plus 5x, 17x plus 15. Check, can it be factored? Oh, it's not plus 4. This should be minus 4. So see, we still have to get that common denominator, guys. Let's try another one. So subtraction. Okay. So step 1, factor. Multiplies to 2 and adds to 2, or 4. Multiplies to 4, adds to 4. 2 and 2. If you notice, I changed minus to plus negative 6. You'll want to do that. 1 multiplies negative 4 and adds to 0. Okay, so remember, what's the first one missing from the second? Well, x plus 2, but we don't have the x minus 2, so I got to multiply x minus 2, x minus 2. here I have x plus 2, x minus 2, but this has 2x plus 2, so that means you got to put that second x plus 2 in. 3 factors, 3 factors. They all have to be the same factors and the same number of factors. So multiply the top one out. You get x squared minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, x minus 2, minus 6x minus 12. That's why you need to bring that negative up, because you distribute that negative 6. See, we have x plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2. Now, combine like terms on the top. I get x squared minus 7x minus 14 over x plus 2. You can even change that to x plus 2 squared, x minus 2. So, can I factor the top? You still have to ask yourself that. Is there anything that multiplies negative 14 as negative 7? No. So common denominators. What do they all require? Factoring. Okay, simplify complex fraction. So, see how we have 2 over x minus 4 divided by 2 over x plus 3. So first thing you got to do, I would kind of do it over to the side before we start doing the problem. I would say just simplify this. So what's the common denominator here? Well, it's missing a 1, but we don't have to multiply by 1, so that's not missing. We have x and we have 1, so common denominator is x. So I have 2 minus 4x. So I get 2 minus 4x over x. There's my top. Now do the same thing for the bottom. 2 over x plus 3 over 1, xx. So 2 over x plus 3x over x. So there's my bottom. So now I have this. Two minus 4x over x divided by 2 plus 3x over x. So if you look, this is combining addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, what I like to do here is write this slightly different, okay? So another way to look at this, top one first, divided by now it's just like the other division problems. So what's step 1? Reciprocal. Step 2, factor. Well, I can factor out a 2 from the top here. Step 3, simplify. And that's it. So now, copy down the factored form. Okay, so let's review here. First thing I did, subtracted the top. Second thing, added the bottom. Copied it back down. changed it to the standard division problem, multiplied by the reciprocal, factored and simplified, wrote the final answer in factored form. Okay? Let's try another one. So this is nice. The top is taken care of, see? So if we look, that is already one fraction. But the bottom we have to do some addition. So again, remember we asked what's the first one missing from the second? Well, it doesn't have the x plus 5. What's the second one missing from the first? It doesn't have the x minus 3. So I would get 2x plus 10 plus x minus 3 over x minus 3 x plus 5. That would equal 3x plus 7 over x minus 3 x plus 5. So copy down the original now. Except instead of what they have, now we just have this. Instead of the bottom, we copy down the new bottom that we added together already. Change it to division, because that's what this means. Multiply by the reciprocal. Simplify. Copy down in factored form. Alright guys, be ready to do some addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division tomorrow. See you there.